Ladies and gentlemen, if you are willing and able, could you please be upstanding? Ladies and gentlemen, could we please have a warm welcome for your top table? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Could you please make some noise for the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Warnock? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to Enterkin this afternoon to celebrate the marriage of Claire and Jonathan. And we'd like to start the proceedings off a very special way this afternoon. Could you please give a warm welcome? It's the mother of the bride who is going to do a poem that she wrote herself, Kathleen.
Hello. Working? No. Yeah. I'll stand up.
Stand up.
Oh, you beautiful people. This is lovely. Thank you. Now, this is a wee break in tradition because for people that don't know, I've written poems for each of my nieces and nephews who've got married, but I never read them out. Not my thing. But today's special. My baby's getting married. So I'm giving it a go, so bear with me, okay? Right. Now, I just found out yesterday that I'll be first up today. Right? Right, okay, that's fine. Sharon said, and I thought, right, okay, we were busy, I didn't think about it, but anyway, 3:30 this morning when ping, I'm wide awake. My non-kind of rational brain's thinking, why am I first up there? Am I a warm-up act for the boys? Or I'm special? I don't know, but anyway. I'll give it a go. Anyway, I've written the poem and I decided that I would maybe like to put a couple of cute pictures at the beginning and the end and some quotes, okay? Claire likes a wee quote, don't you? So I looked up some quotes from a very renowned and wise philosopher and he's called Pooh Bear, okay? Some of you all know Pooh Bear's work? Yes? He was a big influence on my children in their formative years. You know, he did well by them. You know, they're not bad. They're not bad, anyway. Kevin, sorry, I don't want to waste your reputation. Kevin liked Ninja Turtles as well, not just the... Got your back, son, got your back. Nobody noticed, I covered that well. Who doesn't? Poppy, a fan of the Pooh Bear, yeah. Little Mermaid, Lady and the Tramp, yeah. Clary, you liked Pooh Bear, Parent Trap, Beauty and the Beast. Jerry?
I was just saying, I wasn't watching all them.
Jerry, well, Pooh Bear doesn't kick a ball, so really in Jerry's world, doesn't figure. Anyway. So, So anyway, if you could, I'm a big fan of Pooh Bear, by the way. Lorraine, Jonathan, you're going to get roped into the Pooh Bear world. Okay, just so as you know. Anyway, I would like you to imagine, if you can, right, Pooh Bear and his wee pal Piglet, strolling along a country lane, right, catching a breeze, best friends, loving each other, just like you two, okay? And Pooh Bear maybe said to Piglet, and Piglet maybe said to Pooh Bear, or maybe they said to each other. That's the next one. Don't confuse me. This is one of Pooh Bear's wee quotes. As soon as I saw you, I knew a grand adventure was about to happen. So, your life's an adventure. Go for it, you guys. And the other one is, any day spent with you is my favourite day. So today is my new favourite day. So, wise wee man, Pooh Bear. Anyway, the rest of this poem's not Pooh Bear's words, so they might not be as worldly wise as that. These are words from my heart to your hearts, okay? Bear with me. Right, so. Claire and Jonathan, Jonathan and Claire, you are indeed a great wee pair. Today, friends and family have gathered to wish you well. Sit back, relax, your story to tell. Your paths crossed, and at the time you didn't know. At university, attending there, your knowledge to grow. Claire studying for her first degree, Jonathan's degree complete, and part of the Department of IT. Jonathan, from Bagmore's farm, Pettinane, to sunny Wheatlandside in Lanark, a courting you came. First day to success, a yummy Italian meal. Jonathan, straight road to Claire's heart. A good start to the deal. Clary, you stole Jonathan's heart, and well, what can I say? He thanks the heavens every day. Yep. And in return, you stole his heart right back. Happy together, your future's well on track. Things were ticking along smoothly, then COVID arrived. Romancing not so easy, but steps were put in place to survive. Once Claire recovered from weeks and weeks of COVID unwell, dating in the garden gazebo became the norm. A good story to tell. That was already said today. Stole my lines. I just see. Anyway, I didn't have time to change it. It was all printed off. Anyway, time went on and love grew strong. Next step was a house together as a couple to belong. A lovely home in Quincourt together you have made. We wish you many happy years there, it must be said. Clary, I'm together. Clary, look at you today, a beautiful bride. I can't say enough to express our love and our pride. From your lovely person that you are inside and out, to your chosen career, hard work, success, I could shout. I could go on and on, so much from my heart to say. But dining and dancing await. You know how full our hearts always and today. Jonathan, part of the family you have already become. It's been a joy and a pleasure to get to know you. A lovely lad with patience abounding, and can also say, come on the well. Yeah, well, I'm a mother will last. Back in the day. You seem to me. What did you say, Karen? Karen, what did you say? John's not interested. Anyway, our new son-in-law, we are proud to say, looking a very handsome and dapper groom on this your wedding day. So the Lanark lass and the Pettinane lad, together so far, a great time you have had. May that continue as you see your futures unfold, respect, laughter and love in abundance to have and to hold. Now, to the new Mr. and Mrs. Warnock, from everyone here, we send lots of love and plenty of cheer. Please everyone join me in raising a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Warnock, the wee newlyweds. I thank you for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, could you please give a warm welcome to the father of the bride, it's Jerry.
Thank you very much. Now, just before I start, because I thought I was starting. Okay. Now, we've had the Gordon talking about a bit, we've got Kathleen talking about a bit. So, could you hold that for a second, please? I'm done. Oh. So, on that note, well, you want to put your hands up. You want me just to sit down? Good. Cheers, John. Kieran, I'll say no. Okay. Right. Well, I'll go with what I planned to initially say, and go with this. So, good afternoon to one and all. And this has already been said, but just in case you didn't know, I'm Jerry, Claire's dad. I would like to start by thanking all of our family. This bad year was going to be a bugger, but anyway. Or not a bugger, you know what I mean. I would like to start thanking all family and friends who are here today, from near and far. And remember those who are here in spirit. Thank you. Cheers. Your presence is greatly appreciated, and I feel essential to ensure that Claire and Jordan's very special day is supported by and shared with those they love and cherish, which in turn I'm sure will make their very special day a perfect one, with the treasured memories you have already created, with many more to come throughout the remainder of the day. Now, I believe in this occasion dictates, according to Google, that I come to my beautiful daughter of the day, Mrs. Claire Warnock. That's her to my left in the white casual dress, if anybody's in any doubt. Well, Claire, what on earth can I say about you over your 34 years? I'm going to be kind. Yes, I will. Well, here we go. I mentioned my beautiful Claire a moment or so ago. I am sure you are all aware that I did need some assistance from my dear wife and chum, Kathleen on my right, in this ongoing production and development of the modern day wonderful Claire. Claire, we all know and love to this special day. In fact, it was Kathleen's wedding, coincidentally my own, a few years ago now, that I was last privileged to make a speech to a beautiful bride's wedding. Okay. That's you. Okay. Unfortunately, after a great debate with myself, I concluded that I couldn't just read that speech. Too many folk here today were there, and how embarrassing would that have been? Anyway, I digress slightly there. Back to Claire. Claire was Kathleen and my third little darling, after Kevin, my boy on my right, and also to my right, Pauline, my other beautiful daughter. Oh, sorry, I missed out handsome there. Sorry, Kevin. It is in the print. Claire has always had a large group of family and friends, so it did come as a complete surprise that a good representation in the lovely sight of the 7 bridesmaids on duty today. I also stand here and look out at many of Claire's peer groups from both St Mary's and Warnock Grammar and others, both family and friends, who have developed into a group of lovely and successful young ladies. Okay. Claire has always known her own mind and can always be relied upon to give you her thoughts. and emphatically maintain everyone's confidences if you share the confidence with her. And I'm sure you'll all know that. So remember it for the blackmail. So from an early age, she has supported many. I would refer to a particular incident regarding her mindedness when we were on a family holiday. And to this day, she reminds you that of any time she felt she was wronged. Sorry, I've read the wrong line there. No, I would refer to a particular incident when we were on a family holiday. Oh, aye, and to this day, that's what I did say, she can remind you at any time she felt she was wronged. I still maintain, I'll explain later. I still maintain that the wall...
Oh, Jerry, you burnt me.
I still maintain the wall I sat her on next to Excalibur was to keep her safe. Or so I thought. In the searing heat of Disney Paris, I did not consider the wall could be too hot. But the persistence over the years, that is, may have some credence today, Claire, but only today. Okay. I will return to my version from tomorrow.
Everybody here says you burnt me.
I hear nothing. Claire arrived home one day from last year of primary to inform Kathleen and I that she wanted to go to Warnock Grammar, breaking from the norm of her siblings. After a little debate, Claire's wishes were accepted, and she attended Warnock Grammar, and for her, it was a very good decision. Okay, no bother. Claire, carry on. Claire and several of her peer groups I mentioned earlier had a passion, I think, for the correct word for drama. I think that was the correct word for drama and dance. Claire mainly in the dance chorus line. She was so sharing that she always invited Kathleen and I to attend these productions, whether it be Larimer Day related or drama groups such as ICE, which stands for
Independent Community Entertainment.
I could give several other options. Anyway, note, for those not familiar with Larimer Day, in Lanark, most other places would call it a gala day. But, before it's a but, I wish to continue living in Lanark, so I will not, as that transgression may be reported back to the wrong people. So, oh hell. Laura Mooney, Lanark. Okay. So, Claire, we thank you for your kind invitations over the years. They were certainly great experiences. Okay. All of what I could say about Claire as a youngster would be the building blocks to, in my opinion, a clever, determined, and lovable young lady. Claire has worked hard to achieve what she's achieved so far in her career. Following on from studies, Claire attended University of West of Scotland, where Jonathan was around, Glasgow, Aberdeen, and various other courses to further her career. Claire is now qualified in person-centred counselling. She has the business cards will be distributed on your exit, and sooner if you feel a need. She has successfully set up counselling practice business, contracted local authorities, working in schools, and private practice with consultation room in Lanark. To say that we are proud of her and her achievements will be an understatement. A special mention now for Amy Black. Okay, not Alan Arkin. Who throughout Claire's post-grad studies in Aberdeen shared her flat with Claire in Dundee. This helped greatly in the travelling to and from Aberdeen from Warnock for Claire. So cheers, Amy. There we are. Right. Kathleen and I had heard about Jonathan from Claire, obviously. Well, the way Claire keeps things close to her chest, that wouldn't be certain, right enough. Following a few dates, how many, I'm not quite sure. How many dates? One date. Well, it started in November, and we didn't see him till. Anyway, you'll hear in it. You'll be able to correct and put something in the press of a retraction. However, it was not until the early hours of New Year's Day, not long after the bells on the 1st of January 2018, that we actually met Jonathan for the first time, or to be strictly accurate, laid eyes on Jonathan via a video call on our phones. Kathleen and I were at a New Year's party in Edinburgh at the Sonsons, with Claire and Jonathan at a party in our house in Warnock. Our first impressions of Jonathan were positive. When we met in person very soon after that, Jonathan continued to impress as a very pleasant, patient and caring young man. We got to know Jonathan well due to the onset of COVID. Lockdown as became part of our household bubble. And this one you're going to get sick of. Claire and Jonathan's romance flourished in the gazebo. See that gazebo? Jonathan is a very helpful IT guru. He has a passion for and good knowledge across many topics, with a firm interest in football, which comes very handy to Kevin and myself in the boys' team versus the girls at our dinner quizzes. Okay. No, it's not cheating. If we can refer to it as the new camp or something like that, then that's, you'll know what that is, as opposed to they go on about flounder and all these kind of things. As part of his passion for football, he is a long-suffering Motherwell supporter. And myself in our boys' team. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. As part of, I've gone up a line. Terribly sorry. You've heard of it already without me repeating it. As part of his passion in football, he is a long-suffering Motherwell supporter. We have all suffered when we follow a football team, haven't we, Kieran? I know. Some more than most, obviously. Right, he sat through a game at Celtic Park we attended. Unfortunately for Jonathan, after a promising start from Motherwell in that game, Celtic were victors on the day. But in line with his character, he accepted defeat with grace. He hated the guy up front, the baldy guy, right enough. That's the one. I hope Motherwell performs sufficiently well over the years to ensure Claire's counselling skills are never needed by Jonathan Ray's team. Jonathan has already integrated well in Claire's close and extended family, which there are many, which has its roots from the McGregor sisters. And the tartan, it was the Motherwell tartan, it was the McGregor tartan, there was the which is the kilt I'm wearing on behalf of it, and this, whatever it is, tying the knot. That lovely thing, tying the knot. It was lovely. It was really nice.
The point of the day.
It was the point of the day. Okay, Catherine will correct me too. Jonathan coincidentally shares the same birthday as Kathleen, being the 3rd of January. I was particularly impressed by Jonathan's planning in asking me to marry Claire. You've heard this again. All of us who have done this so to our respective potential in-laws will remember it's not an easy thing to do. Jonathan, as always, hit the correct note, and I was delighted to agree his request. We agreed I would keep his intention to propose to Claire on holiday that was coming up a secret. That I did, yep, even to Kathleen. Kathleen and I picked Claire and Jonathan up from Edinburgh Airport on the return from that holiday. Claire had a coat over her hand, hiding her ring finger, with a smile ear to ear. I knew then all had gone to plan. At that point, Kathleen found out and was delighted also. Jonathan is a credit to his mum and dad, Valerie, who are to my left today. Okay. Valerie, what did I say?
You said Mum and Dad Valerie.
Mum and Dad, Valerie and Robert. Who are sitting next to Alistair, their great son, and Christopher earlier on as you met. Where am I now? Okay. I am proud to welcome Jonathan now, Claire's husband, formally to our family. Claire and Jonathan, as I mentioned, you are a good fit, and you have chosen each well. Married life is like in general. It's not always easy, but if you both continue to love each other and work together on the same path, you will have, I have no doubt, a long and happy life together. So best advice is to compromise, look after and respect each other always.
That works.
There's other paths. There's other paths. No, we managed it too. We managed it. Okay, so on that note, I would ask all who can to stand and raise your glass. We trust you have a great day today, and we wish you a long and happy life together. To Claire and Jonathan Warnock.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up it's the man of the moment, so could you please raise the roof for your groom, Jonathan.
Thank you very much. The gazebo's open, all welcome tomorrow. Well, a bit of business first of all. I would like to introduce my brand new wife, Mrs. Claire Warnock. Thank you so much for joining us here today to celebrate our wedding. You've travelled hundreds of miles, taken days off work, and spent a fortune to be with us today. We really appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I've got a long list of people to thank, and Claire told me just a few minutes ago that she's hungry, and as we know, that's an incredibly dangerous situation, so I'm going to get on with that straight away. Thank you to our wedding planner, Sharon, and the team here at Enterkin. You can see from the moment we walked into this place we loved it, so thank you for looking after us today. Thank you to our photographer and videographer, Elliot and Dan. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with today, so thank you very much. Thank you to the Apollos for playing during the ceremony. Again, they might be this up. And my original note here said, thank you to Kathleen for the lovely poem, and thank you to Anne for your expert delivery of it. But thank you so much for the poem. It was lovely. Thank you. And a wee shout out to you, Anne, for your help with the weekend hen as well. So a wee round of applause for Anne. Thank you to Aunt Gemma for the reading during the ceremony. Now, we've just got a wee note to add to that. Aunt Gemma is selling a Swift 4-berth caravan. It's got a fixed bed and a full service history. So please spread the word about that. As I look to my left there, I can see that beautiful cake. So I would like to say a huge thanks to the master baker of our wedding cake and our glamorous assistant, and that is Aunt Anne and Uncle Tron. I'm now going to introduce our amazing team of bridesmaids. First up. She's a master chef, she's a super mum, she can also help you train your bum. It's Gillian. She's the first to receive funny pictures and videos of Claire. She was my personal beautician until she quit the industry. I hope that wasn't because of me. She's my biggest cheerleader, it's Marion. Next up, she's my new beautician. She's spicy. She's sassy. And she's downright dangerous on the dance floor. It's Kathleen. She was forgotten by Sam in his speech. She's an educator. She's an acrobat. She's a firecracker. It's Chloe. Take Beyonce. Add a pinch of Celine Dion. Add a generous splash of Kylie. Mix it all together and pour a glass of Tasha. And Tasha, just once again, thank you so much for singing for us today during the ceremony. It was beautiful. Thank you. Next up. She's small in stature, but balances that with a big personality. She's a former professional house guest. It's Amy. And finally, my beautiful new sister-in-law, chief bridesmaid, Pauline. A huge thank you to all the bridesmaids for looking after Claire. She had a wonderful time. And we'd also like to give a big shout out to Ashley Egan. Ashley, you went above and beyond to help the girls. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks to the Stags for coming to Krakow and my day out in Glasgow. I had a brilliant time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Memories for a lifetime. Thank you. To the Seenans, including Lorraine. The first time I went to Wheatland Side, it was only supposed to be a high and by. I was only supposed to be in for 15 minutes. I was in there for 3 hours. I think that shows you how comfortable they made me feel the first time I came to your home. So, thank you for all your help and your generosity over the years and for always being there for us. I'm officially joining the clan today, but the truth is that I felt like part of the family for a long time. Thank you. Mum and Dad. First of all, I would like to publicly apologise to you both for the 1994 tomato soup fight in the living room. And Dad, I would also like to apologise for crashing a tractor when I was far too young to be driving a tractor. I wouldn't be the man I am today without you. Thank you for everything you've done for me and the boys over the years. I'm very proud to be your son, and I love you both very much. To my best men, Alistair and Christopher. Together, I don't think there's anything you can't do, and I'm very proud to be a big brother. Thanks for being there for me today. And to both sets of parents, thank you so much for your help with this wedding today. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you, and as a small token of our appreciation, we'd like to present our mums with some flowers. I'll wait until you hand them off so you don't drop them. There's only one person left. Back in 2017, I was living quietly in the countryside, but something was missing. You were the spark I needed in life. We went on hundreds of date days and nights. We lived life as you should, having a ball everywhere we went. You just get me. We've got our own language and our own humour. We laugh together every day. We love living together, we look after each other, and we don't like when we're apart, especially last night. Didn't like that. I'm a better person because of you, and I'm a happier person because of you. I was swept away when you walked down the aisle today. You looked absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. And with that, if you could raise your glasses to a happy life with my new wife. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, could you please give it up for the father of the groom? It's Robert.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi up there.
Oh,
Up.
I'm not used to working with a microphone. Good afternoon, everyone. In days gone by, I'd be able to say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, but nowadays I might get arrested. First of all, I'd like to begin by offering my congratulations to Jonathan and Claire, the new Mr. and Mrs. Warnock. Valerie and I and the rest of the Warnock family welcome you, Claire, into our fold, and by association, Jerry, Kathleen and all the Seenan family and the wider network of Claire's aunts, uncles and cousins, of whom I am reliably informed are quite a few. Valerie is always particularly pleased to welcome Claire, as it is no secret that she always wanted a daughter. Well, she still doesn't have a daughter, but the next best thing is a daughter-in-law. That said, Valerie always maintains that she wouldn't swap any of her boys, but sometimes that loyalty can be sorely tested. In fact, just the other month, she drew herself up to her full height and in pure Glasgow parlance exclaimed, "You boys are doing my head in." Now, I don't think Jonathan was included in this outburst, but I certainly was. So, I'm going off script a bit now. So, to Claire, you look very beautiful today alongside my son Jonathan. And he's looking not too bad either, to tell the truth. And I'm sure I can speak for the girls in Mauvais, I'm told, who thank Jonathan for his words earlier. I must, again, a wee bit off script. I was quite proud of the way Jonathan did his proposal, of all the different bits and pieces to do for the proposal. Well, I'm afraid it wasn't the same back in Valerie's day. It was on the pier. It was on the pier at Rossi, and the ferry was late. So there was some time in hand. Now, when Jonathan asked me to speak this afternoon, I don't think he had thought it through. He assumed he would be safe from the best man's speech when his exploits of a younger self had been opened up into the public domain. However, far be it from me to walk past an open door. So I'm going to share with you today a few tales of Jonathan's much younger life. Valerie and I are very proud to welcome you into the world, our firstborn, Jonathan, and all the family were delighted. Both his grands, sadly no longer with us, and others told us, most babies sleep for 20 hours and awake for 4. Aye, right. Our Jonathan was the opposite. However, one of the reasons for that was colic, which he suffered from when he was small. However, after many hours of baby walking in the middle of the night and about 10 gallons of Calpol, he grew out of it. Those of you with children will likely know what Calpol is. The rest of you, Google it. Jonathan did sleep while being transported around, be it in the car or in his pushchair. On one occasion, when we were holidaying in Rossi, I took Jonathan on the paddle steamer Waverley, which was offering a cruise round the island of Bute. The excursion lasted about 3.5 hours, and he slept for most of it in his pushchair. Just as well, children of that age get free passage. When a fair bit older, he liked after school to meet up with some of his pals at a nearby play park in Pettinane, playing football or just messing around in general. On one occasion, they must have been up to some minor mischief because Valerie received a phone call from one of the indigenous villagers to complain about their behaviour. Valerie inquired, "Are you sure it's one of mine?" Aye, came back the reply, "It's the one that looks like his father." I'm not sure either one of us took that as a compliment. Jonathan likes his sport, as you heard already, a trait he takes from his mother's side of the family. Relatives on that side were supporters of Motherwell Football Club. Back to the Warnocks, stadiums like Fir Park, Hampden Park, St James's Park are places that would be ideal for grazing sheep. Mr Neil Warnock probably thinks now about Pittodrie as well. Football and running, that's his passion, and they always go hand in hand, especially when said football goes out through the back porch window of the farmhouse while it was still shut. Well, it's open after that. Jonathan, at an early age, won prizes for his athletic capabilities at our village sports day. And again, as a sports day, we never called it a gala day. And his name has been mentioned in the Pettinane news section of Warnock Gazette on a number of occasions, which I still have for anybody's perusal. His running ability stood him in great stead on another occasion. Jonathan and I, and I think his younger brothers were there too. I can't just remember. Well, there was. Christopher was there, as he told me last night. I did some fact-checking. We were watching from a farm track, a cow having just given birth to a calf. Before he could stop him, he was over the fence and running at great speed towards the cow and calf. Well, that is one thing you should never do, which Jonathan found out very quickly. And he had to run back at even greater speed, with the new mother in hot pursuit. I can show you the threads of his clothes to this day, caught on the barbed wire fence as he dived through, assisted by the head of the cow. It was like Steve McQueen in The Great Escape, but without the motorbike. However, that event didn't scare him off, and he was always keen to assist with cattle movements and other farming jobs when requested, and out of hours from his day job. And I've got to mention that because some of his colleagues are here today. His day job in IT suits us very well at home, especially me. All this digital paraphernalia to me is like a foreign language. And I run into trouble frequently. The team viewer is a wonderful invention. Valerie and I are proud of all 3 of our boys, but this day belongs to Jonathan and Claire. And we wish them good health and happiness as they set out in this next stage of their lives, and I commend this marriage to the house. Finally, since I am the last speaker, Warnock celebrations, be it weddings, anniversaries, or special birthdays, always involve food. And I believe it to be the same in the student family. Oh, yeah. And I see today, with no exception, with tables set out before us. So I thought, being in Robert Burns' birth county, I would finish with his poem, which he was asked to read at the Earl of Selkirk's house ahead of the meal. And it was the Selkirk Grace it was termed. Some he meet and canna eat, and some would eat that want it. But we he meet and we can eat, so let the Lord be thanked. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, wine and dinner will now be served. You doing the top table, darling?